In our today's segment, I want us to look at stress management. And when we talk about stress, we say that it's a state of psychological tension. Or rather, it is when you are emotionally uncomfortable or psychologically disturbed. Then you say you are stressed. So it is also okay when you say stress is tension or even a state of anxiety. So we have different types of stress, and majorly we talk about two, where we have eustress and distress. Eustress is a positive one and distress is a negative one. It is important to understand that sometimes when good things happen or when you are poised for good things, you can also get stressed. A good example is when you are planning for a wedding or you are just about to deliver a speech or you are going for honeymoon. Those instances can cause stress to some extent. Remember also, when you pass in exams with flying colors, you can also get stressed. For instance, you become the valedictorian of your year in KCPE or in KCSE. You look at it that media stations will be inviting you to deliver speeches on the secrets of success. And maybe you're not even a good speaker. You don't know how to express yourself. So this is enough to cause stress. Distress is negative stress. And this could be caused by a lot of things. For instance, unemployment, when you are sacked, or when you're unemployed, or when you're laid off, you can get stressed. When you're divorced, when a separation occurs, when maybe there's domestic violence, when there is lack of money, when there is a disease, like now the way COVID-19 is ravaging the world, or even loss of a loved one through death and all that. That is enough to cause stress. So we have zones of stress. Stress can occur at home. Stress can occur at school, in college, at the workplace, and all that. So those are places where you can experience any form of stress. Now we have also what we call levels of stress, whereby the stress begins with a passive level, then you get to mild, moderate, excessive, or what we call severe, and then when it takes a toll on you, we say it's acute. And you should never allow stress to get to an acute stage, because when it gets to the acute stage, then it means that it is just about to spill to depression. And depression can be very bad, because depression can lead to suicidal thoughts or can even cause you to commit suicide, which is very bad. So before stress gets to that level, you can try to manage it. Now, we have also what we call forms of stress. Stress can take the form of a conflict. When you're stressed or when people are stressed, they are likely to get into conflict. We've seen this in families. We've seen this among married couples. We've seen this among friends. We've seen this in institutions. When people are tensed, when people are under tension or they are stressed, then they are likely to get into a conflict. It can also take the form of pressure. When you are stressed, you realize that stress has the capability or has a way of piling pressure on people. And then stress can also lead to frustration, or it can take the form of frustration, which can be very, very bad. Now, what are the causes of stress? There are several. One could be personal issues that we have maybe even touched on. It could be you are in an unhealthy relationship that can cause stress. You are in a bad marriage, it can cause stress. Something has happened at your workplace, which is personal, that can cause stress. Cataclysmic events like floods, as we have seen. A cataclysmic event is a disastrous event. It could be floods that are happening at Kano Plains, at Budalangi, in many places. It could be something like a fire tragedy, a plane crash. You see, that is enough to cause stress. Daily hustles, hustling and bustling. For instance, queuing for long to wait to be served, to wait for to board a vehicle, looking for money is enough to cause stress. Unhealthy relationships, separation, divorce, death, loss of a loved one. The past, the ugly past can stress you. When you become a prisoner, a long-serving prisoner, jailbird of the past, and even pessimism, which are negative thoughts. You should also know that stress has side effects on your health. So if you entertain stress, it takes a toll on you. It can lead to high blood pressure. It can lead to stomach ulcers. It can cause persistent headache and all that. So how do you handle stress? Because this is where the rubber meets the road, or this is where we can say is the gist of the matter. How do you manage it? How do you manage it? So get into the roots. Get the root of the problem. Very, very important. So what is causing stress? Handle it. Give yourself time. Don't be too much on yourself. Give yourself time. Resolve conflicts that are there. Start a reconciliation. Very, very important. Open up. Open up. When you are stressed, we say it is okay not to be okay. So if in case you are struggling with the management of stress, reach out. Look for a pastoral counselor. Look for a psychological counselor, a professional counselor to help you come out of the situation. In case you ought to forgive, forgive. Don't hold grudges. Manage your stress. So that was on stress management. I am Victor Ochieng, the director, God's Pen Consultancy. To get more of these videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, God's Pen Consultancy. You can also log into my website and get to know more. www.godspenconsultancy.co.ke